There we go. All right, perfect.
Man.
That's what I needed to see. All right, here comes the intro. As soon as this thing actually says that it's done. All right, welcome back to Judging Bouncing Balls. It is episode number 68. How you doing, Toby?
Holy buckets! I'm doing great. That's a big number.
It's a big number.
We've taken some time to recharge the batteries, and here we go.
We've been doing a lot of recharging the batteries. Truth be told, a lot of it is our dang schedules are so busy we can't figure it out. So, but it's good to be back, and I will admit I do miss talking about all this stuff. So it's fun to get on and talk, and we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. So, I mean, I think the first thing is how you doing? You hanging in there? You looking good?
Man, feeling good. Doing what I do. A couple walks every now and then. Not a lot. Not killing it.
You.
Right? I don't need new shoes or anything. It's high school soccer has started, so that that's the busy schedule of life.
Yes.
Really trying to enjoy it just because it's the last one.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And it's kind of, I mean, I guess for me, it's not my last kid, but it's Amelia's last season. So yeah, I agree with you. It's been trying to soak it in, and it goes so fast. I mean, we're already 4 games in, you're 4 games in. The season will be like over before we know it. So yeah, it's like just trying to enjoy some of those memories before it's all out the door. And I know we got a number of people going through that, kind of that last hurrah. So yeah, you gotta enjoy it. Those of you out there that have it, if you're just starting like Paul with Serene, then I guess he's got a few more years. But for the most part, man, it goes quick.
Yeah, it's funny because he brought it up. I talked to him a couple times a week, and he brought it up. He's like, geez, yesterday it seems like we were talking about tryouts freshman year for Macy. He kind of paid attention because he knew he was coming down the road. But yeah, all of a sudden we're on the swan song on the final curtain call here, talking about senior night, and I'm like, holy cow.
I should look up when senior night is. I don't even know. I mean, I know I'm going to be there, but I don't know when it is. So, yeah.
I think cool. They just moved ours to the Pulaski game. So,
okay.
That it just changed. It just, they were making it the final home game of the year, and then the discussion came up. Well, what if it rains? What if there's weather?
There's no makeup.
And let's be honest, like usually we run into snow and early on, and we had that massive snowstorm, but that went away in a week, and then now it's just torrential rain.
Dude, it's just nonstop. Like, what is happening?
I don't get it. Like our last week Tuesday, I went to our local creek, the Swamico River, which is really a knee. I mean, it was 60 feet wide, and I've never seen water move that fast. It was crazy.
Dude, was it up in Green Bay where they were having like dump trucks sit on the bridges so it didn't wash away? Did you see that?
I didn't see that, but I know 2 roads washed away, one in Pulaski, one here in Swamico. I talked to one of the gentlemen I play some pickleball with, and he's with WPS on the emergency side, and he said that they had to shut the gas off in New London and Shacton to like 3,000 homes.
Wow.
Because the water level got so high, and he was explaining the water, the gas meter, if it gets over that, then it could fill homes with gas. And I was like, holy cow, like this is bad.
Man, yeah, that's not good at all. So yeah, you don't want any of that, and you don't need anything bad like that happening. So stay safe, everybody.
Yeah, and I saw north of you, Regis, Wisconsin, east of Wausau, got just pummeled by a tornado.
Yeah, it's been a few of them. Which is, I mean, thank goodness. You know, what's crazy, the first time that ever happened to me at Spash, we actually got dismissed early on Friday because there was possible tornadoes. I never even knew that was an option. But apparently tornadoes, we get let out early. Now, thankfully, nobody got, anything happened. But, I mean, I was like, wow, this must actually be pretty serious because, yeah, it's tornado warnings all over the place. So they actually just missed everybody like an hour and a half early. So yeah,
whatever happened to going into the hallway and sticking your head between your knees, which I couldn't very get my hand between my knees. I'm a little chunky, but I'm like, I thought that was going to save our life.
Not anymore. Now it's just go home and good luck.
Like, go outside.
It's not our responsibility anymore.
Insurance premiums are way too high.
That's right. So,
but this comes after you just had an ice storm too. I mean, I was over there dropping some stuff, and I've never seen destruction through Wapaka and that. I mean, it was terrible.
Dude, we have so many down trees. We have a huge one back in our yard that just fell over, and it just kept falling. Like every piece of it, just like one section fell, and then another, and another. It's just. I'm like, oh, great. Now I got to fix that or clean it all up. But yeah, there's a lot of trees in our yards. They've got stuff in the front yard, the back, the side, everything. So it's bad. But free firewood, I guess.
Yeah, but there's a lot of work to get to that firewood.
Tell me about it. I just told Sarah today, I'm like, we should just have somebody come and cut it all up. And I can only imagine the 3 bills that will be 3 with 3 zeros after it.
Yeah. Oh, they are making hay right now. They are all giddy.
So anyways, yeah, someday down the road, maybe we'll get that cleaned up. But yeah, we're all safe. Hey, the big thing is everybody's safe and nobody got hurt. So that's the big thing. But I did find our senior night. It's actually the 14th of May. So it's a little ways down the road. So
I just want to let you know that's my birthday. Woo-hoo, celebrate. Woo. Yeah.
We'll have to do a pod on the 13th. Well, maybe we'll see. I don't know. I think you got pickleball. Yeah.
We'll see. Now we get into summer season. It's like every other week.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
a lot of things have changed. Go ahead.
I was just going to say we should probably talk about the season. Yeah, a lot has changed. Lots going on. So I don't know. Your thoughts so far on the first 4 games. We did get to play each other, which was fun. At least funner for us.
I like to say we got to see each other, right? I mean,
for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, but we struggled to get. We didn't fire up right away, and we had spring break the week before, so that hurt.
Yeah, that does hurt.
It's one of those things. I've grown up in sports and in spring sports, so I've never taken a spring break in my life, right? Because we had baseball, and our coach always said, if you play, you don't go anywhere. And I was okay with that because we weren't going anywhere too far anyways. But so, when it comes down now, Macy's been a captain for 2 years. I'm like, well, we're not going anywhere because you got to be at practice, but then you can't make girls not go.
Right.
So we just ran into a buzzsaw. Game 1, Spash came over here, and funny thing was, Amelia said first thing out of her mouth, we finally beat you. And I'm like, because we don't get to play you again. We're out.
Well, that's not true because you guys could play us again in the playoffs.
Oh, that is very true. Well, I got something to maybe look forward to.
Trust me, I have a feeling it's going to happen. I really do. I said on the bus ride home, I'm like, you know what? I don't think that's the last time we're going to see them this year. So we better be ready.
So we've gotten better, and that's all I cared about.
Yeah,
we've gotten better through the game. We went down to UW La Crosse and Whitewater and played 2 games, Middleton and Kenosha, and now we get back to our local teams. We really haven't had that big of that easier win. We no offense to Appleton East, they're struggling, so we played them Thursday night last week, and we actually Macy had a hat trick. I think that's the first one in her high school career.
That's awesome. I watched some of that game. I couldn't see all of it, but yeah, it looked like they were struggling to find some talent. That's for sure. And they're missing Marley. They don't have Addie. I mean, it's, that's a lot to lose. And I don't think they were super deep outside of that anyway.
Correct. Correct. So, you start to hopefully stack some wins here, and we've got West up here on Tuesday, and they graduated some of their top talents. So, right now our job is just to get better. Once we get into conference play, and then try to hit on all cylinders when it comes to regionals. So,
Well, and I'll say this. I mean, I know we snuck out of there with a win, but you guys were very talented, and we did say when we left, like, that's a really talented team. I think what was apparent and what was tough for you guys is like that first game, you could tell the offense wasn't in sync, and you didn't generate a lot of offensive push, and that really in the end was what hurt. But I have no doubt you guys can get that figured out, because you could tell there were some really talented players still on Bayport. It's not like you're bereft of talent. So, and we actually got a little better. I mean, which is fun to say. I mean, we actually got a little better from the years prior. So, yeah, it's just unlucky for you timing wise, but we gotta be ready. Cause like I said, I think we see you guys again. So.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting that spring club season starting to affect a lot more high schools. We lost one of our top players to her spring club season.
Really?
So, yeah. So, and that's the big recruit, and I get it.
I don't like it.
I'm not a fan of it, but if that's what you feel is going to get you to the level, and that's what the goal is, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it. And you and we've go back and watch all the episodes. I'm not a fan. I don't like abandoning your high school team and abandoning your high school experience for club. But it is what it is. I get it. I understand why people do it. So.
Right. Nah, I'm with you. It's, but I always say to the people around me, I say, when you're 40, are you really going to talk about club with your high school friends? No.
Nope.
You talk about the football games you played, when you get together with, your friends from high school and shoot the bees, that stuff comes up, and it's just fun to always talk about and fun to wear your high school on the front of the jersey.
Agreed. Yeah. So no, it's, obviously that was a big win for us. We felt really, really good about that one. We had come off a loss, but that was our second game. That was your first, our second. We came off a loss where we got drubbed by Hudson, beat us 7-1. I mean, we got absolutely throttled. And I will say this, they beat us fair and square, but we should have it should have probably been at least 7-5. We missed 2 goals where we were in front of the goal with no goalie, and we missed both of them. I mean, that gives you an idea of how that night went for us. I mean, we were literally like 5 yards from the goal, and we kicked it wide both times. I was just like, what the hell? So, I mean, it's just one of those weird nights. I mean, they still beat us. They're fair and square. They're better than us. I'm not going to sit and argue that, but we could have made that game way more interesting than what it was. They even said when they walked up, the coaches were like, wow, you guys really got, just some bad misses tonight. And it's like, yeah, it is what it is. Like, we couldn't get going. But then we were able to get back against Ashland. We beat them. And then we did not play well against Neenah, and we lost to Neenah in a tournament 3-2. We just didn't play very well. And they're a pretty athletic team. I did not see Annabelle, though. I don't know. She was on the roster, but she wasn't there. So I was expecting to see a couple familiar faces, but maybe she couldn't make the trip. I don't know what happened, but so that was a little bit of a disappointing game. But overall, our team has looked much, much better this year. We got some new players. It's probably the best we've been in a long, long time. And actually, what am I saying? We've played 5 games, because we also played DC Everest. And we beat DC Everest for the first time in 8 years. 8 years.
Wow.
It was awesome. And I'll tell you this, you could see the utter disappointment when they were walking off the field after the game, because I think they kind of knew, like, tide might be shifting a little bit. And it was fun. I forgot all about, how did I forget about that? It was like that was probably the biggest one we had. But yeah, so conference we're 1-0 and we're 3-2 overall. So that was a really cool win. And I looked it up. We have only beaten Everest 4 times prior to that game in 30 attempts. So just think about that. We have gotten shellacked by them year after year after year. And for 8 years in a row, we hadn't beaten them. So that was a super fun win at their house in their big brand new building. Beat them 4-1. It was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, I could see, you know, beating us was kind of fun for Amelia, right? Because her and Macy have playing together for so long.
Yeah.
But DCR is a whole different animal, and that building is awesome.
Yeah, that one. There's a sour side to beating you guys because we actually really like you and Macy, and it's like, so it's there's no love lost on the other side,
right?
None. I mean, respect them for sure, but we want to beat them every time.
Yeah. No, that's the fun one to beat the rivalry that's been beat. You know,
so good. I can't tell you.
That's us and Kimberly, right? We've been living on that freshman year Macy win. I bring it up to Greg all the time. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
Do you know what the best part was though? This tells you a little bit about our household. The best part about it was coming home, Sarah was happy. That was the best part because
really,
I'm telling you, going into that game on Monday night, like the day before, she was so pessimistic and not very fun to be around. She was just like, we're going to lose. I can just feel it. She was like running, jumping, dancing in the field after the game. Dude, it was the best. It was so good. I was like, oh, home is going to be so nice.
Right. Oh, that's fantastic.
It was pretty funny. She'll never watch this, so she'll never hear this, so I can get away with it. But it was pretty funny.
Oh, it's a true story.
It is. I mean, you dang well know, Mama ain't happy. Nobody happy.
No. When I'm happy, nobody cares.
That is true. So, anyways, yeah. It sounds like you had one canceled on Friday. We had one canceled on Friday due to the thunderstorms, but we'll get back into it. You guys on Tuesday?
Tuesday, West Appear, and then we go to UW Lacrosse for Friday, Saturday. And then we go full tilt Tuesday, Thursdays, conference, all the way to the end. So,
yeah, that's pretty much us too. Now, West Appear, they were really good last year.
Yep, they graduated a couple really good top players in our conference, and they've really taken a step back.
Okay.
Not that they can't pull it, but they had a little rough go here to start. So, but they have a great field, the grass field. It's a soccer field.
Really?
I like it because it's like East Appear also has just a soccer field of grass.
Oh, I've been to that one. That is a nice stadium. That's a really nice. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. That De Pere money, I tell you.
De Pere money, Bayport money, Everest money. What is going on? I don't even get me started on all this.
It's funny. I was talking to our principal, and our AD stopped in the booth because we've been sneaking up into the booth to film.
I've seen. It's awesome.
It is awesome. And I'm like, hey, we have another referendum that just passed.
What?
Not gonna increase our taxes, Jeremy.
Sure.
Sure. But I brought up the fact, I'm like, why are we not spending money on athletics? Like indoor facilities, like we don't need academics. We need athletics.
Right.
And he flat out, he told me, he said they would not pass if it was athletic money. So we'll probably have to get a private donor to build an indoor facility.
Yeah. Listen, that's the way it is at Spash. I mean, it has been very widely well known that they will not touch it if it's got athletic money in it. So I'm actually talking with our AD and working on some stuff to try to figure out a way to start combating that. But it's a real problem. I mean, and I get it. Like, we just passed a referendum that increased everybody's taxes pretty substantially, and the community members are hot right now. So, because I think it passed like 53 to, 47. So, decently slim majority or more margins. But now, like, everybody sees the rubber hits the pavement and they're like, really? And it's like, well, yeah, they did say in there, but they always make it sound nice. They're like, oh, it's only $18 every 100,000. It's like, people don't put the math together. Like, hey, your house is 400,000. So it's, and it was more than that. It was like 50, I think it was like 40 some dollars per 100,000. And so people don't put the math together, and then they realize like, oh, my house is worth 300K. It's like, that's, $300-400 a year, and that makes a difference. So, but anyways,
Cool.
it's
we could talk about that forever. That's
another
cup of tea. Yeah,
that's a side issue.
I just got to go to work tomorrow. I just got to go to work. That's what
Same here. Same here. But I will say that the season has been a lot of fun. You know, I was just telling Sarah at supper, I'm like, I can't believe how fast it's going though, because I'm sure you're feeling this as well. You know, you're a few weeks in and you're 5 games in, you're like, oh, we only got 18, 19 games, and you're like a quarter of the way done already. I mean, it feels like it just started and we're already 25% of the way through, and there's so many things you want to see happen yet and you want to happen. And it's like, man, yeah, it's good, but it's just crazy. So
I will say the saving grace, you know, and like we talked after our game, it was fun to run into you because Sarah right away is like, can't wait for next year, right?
Yeah.
When we could play together. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm super excited because there's no end for us. Thank God, right? The last game isn't the last game our daughters will play. And then if they hang it up in college, at least it is what it is. But
correct. No, and I think we'll get to that here in a second, because this week the UMD schedule dropped, so we're going to go over that a little bit. I mean, this is more about our lives, but hey, you get to come along for the ride if you're tuning in, so it's good. But yeah, no, I'm with you there, and it does add a little bit of aspect of like it's not over yet, and it doesn't. There's not that finality, so I just want the high school season to go well. Obviously our goal was to win conference. It's something we haven't done since 2018. We would love to flip this script and actually bring that home. You know, Amelia's got a personal goal of she wants to hit that 100 goal mark, which is still a chance, which would be really, really cool. So we'll see, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe on that senior night, because it is later in the season. So we'll see.
Yeah, wish her all the best. Hopefully she scores a ton. Just not in that regional game if we play it. That's it. That's it.
Well, the funny thing is this year, I think this year she'll actually have more assists than goals.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean it's looking that way. She's already got 7 on the year assists, and it's like it's nice to have multiple people to pass to, and that Delaney is a really awesome scorer. So Amelia loves feeding the ball up to her and letting her finish. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She still needs 100 goals. I mean,
10 to go. Countdown is 10.
Well, that she can hit.
Yeah. So we gotta see, but 10 to go. So I'll keep you posted.
Assistant coach, can't you be like, we're switching the lineup around? She's up front.
No, I don't have any say in that. I'm the JV assistant coach. I don't get to I keep stats. That's all I do, and do the video.
I really wish you would have been able to come up in the box with us and talk through it, because it was. You were fun. On the field. On the field. Yeah. You had a field pass. I didn't get one of those.
I will say I've been watching some of your streams, and they've been good. I forgot to tell you. You need to do something that's going to make your live streams so much better. I found an app, first of all. You got to go over to my YouTube channel. I found an app during my son's basketball season. I don't know why I didn't tell you about this. It's called SportCam. And it actually allows you to overlay when you upload it to when you send to Facebook, and it will put the score and the time and all right on there when you send it to Facebook. Yeah.
SportCam.
Yeah. And I'm actually in the works
right now.
I'm in the works of actually trying to develop my own app that does this as well, the little overlay, because there's some things about SportCam that I don't super like, but more to come on that. If I ever get that app to work, I've been building it the last few days, and I think I might actually have something that's kind of working, but I gotta put some more time into it. But and if you can't use it, the other SportCam is awesome. It does give you have to pay to be able to like customize everything. But it allows you to put up, I mean, we could have put up sponsors, you and I, because you can put up little sponsor logos. You can do you can do the score. We could have been making money. I'll tell you this. I actually got my first donation when I was streaming my son's basketball games, because there were like grandparents in like Florida. They sent me money. It was like I was like, this is what Toby and I have been dreaming about.
Right?
All of a sudden I'm broadcasting and it says $25. I'm like, what? I did it. Shut it down.
Somebody.
It was the best.
Oh, that is fantastic. Sport cam.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's actually really user friendly. It's great if you're on the sideline because then you can just set the angle and then you just rotate it and you just plug the score in. You can do the time. It's awesome. It's a really cool app. It's actually, it's actually a pretty decent. But it's made by a bunch of European people, so it's kind of geared towards European sports. But it's still pretty decent. It's good.
I will check that out because the one thing I'm terrible at, as you know, I never remember the score or the time, and people, when I get the text, I'm like, I don't like it's right there, and then I'm like, oh, you're at home,
dude. If we'd have had this when you and I were doing our club games, we'd have looked like gods. I think we'd have made a lot of money because we could have put ads. There's like you can put 4 ads in. You can even do a sponsor break, like when there's a break in the action, and put like a full screen ad up. I mean, we could have made a lot of money.
Who says next year we won't be making money? I mean,
it's true.
We got to figure out. We're going to figure out a way. Yeah, we're going to get Greg on. He is. If we can, I'm hoping we can kind of do this more often. Maybe get through the season, but we're going to get Greg on, and then we're going to drop that bomb on him.
I think so. They don't need the They don't need UMD Athletics to broadcast. Or we can just do it under theirs.
Well, I think if we start doing our own, they're gonna question us because you'll be like, "Why do you have so many viewers? Why are you guys so good?"
Right.
Just 2 yahoos in the stands with a little stand, a little camera.
I'm sure that's what they'll say. These guys are too good.
Yeah, we're gonna get in that press box.
I'll tell you this: if and this is a big if we were actually doing live or home games, I actually started doing some streaming for Spash. I have figured out how to use my computer with overlays. It looks really good. I mean, it looks like really good. Like you can do the whole. Oh, you can throw up like screens of like this player's stats, and I can do instant replay. I can do all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool. And it's all like, I've been playing with this for a while because I'm trying to roll some stuff out at Spash. I've gotten way better at this. If I'd have known what I know now, like back 5 years ago, you and I'd be doing a lot of cool stuff. So I just didn't know it back then. So if we get home games at UMD, we could do all kinds of stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about their schedule. I don't know if we're going to make too many away games in the Dakotas.
I saw they are a little. Well, hell, okay. Let's transition over to that. I'm gonna share the screen here. Let's talk about what we've got here. Put the screen up, and we'll do. Yeah, we'll do this one. All right. So here's our schedule. The UMD Bulldogs 2026 schedule. First up, we got the land of Houghton, Michigan. Houghton.
Yeah. 5 p.m. on a Friday. I mean, people
works. No.
I mean, I'm not going to be working. I'm going to be there.
Dude, I'm going to be there.
We're going.
School hasn't started yet. We're for sure doing that one. So we'll swing up. That's going to be a great one up in Michigan Tech. And you know what? It's at Michigan Tech. They can't tell us not to broadcast. We'll do something.
Yeah, and they got a great I'll take care of the dinner. We got a great pizza place. We'll be set up.
Let's do it. So then we move to Southwest Minnesota State University. That is a long name. I don't know if they're good, but that's a long name.
So Marshall is actually 30 minutes above Worthington, where my customer is. But
work trip.
If Jackie can't go, I might be over there and just pretending that I'm working until Friday night, and then boom.
Yeah, just so happens. And then they drive all the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the University of Sioux Falls.
It's about an hour from Marshall. So not like but it's not easy to get there from Duluth.
That's a long haul. So that's going to be a heck of a road trip. And then it comes back to a home game. We got Augustana, September 18th And then on that Sunday, we got Wayne State. So that'll be fun. First 2 home games of the year.
Yep.
Any scouting on them?
No, but Paul's listening, so we'll get him on it. He's got nothing going.
He does. What else does he have to do? And then we got the next week, again, Friday, Sunday, we got University of Mary. That's in Bismarck, North Dakota. Beautiful that time of year is what I've heard.
Right.
In Minot State.
Minot State.
Or Minot.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I've never heard of that place, but I'm sure it's full of amazing people.
So they make I saw it online, and we were going to see if Macy wanted one, because they make, for the bus seat, they make a hammock that fits in the bus seat.
What?
So if they each have you know how the bus seat's like too wide?
Yeah.
They make a hammock that fits in there, so you kind of lay down.
For real? That's a pretty good idea. Huh. I wonder how comfortable that is.
Better than a bus seat.
I suppose. So then it's on to St. Cloud State in October 2nd, and then October 4th is Minnesota State University Mankato.
That's fairly close. A lot
The
closer
Bulls.
for you.
Yeah, for me, yeah. Then on the next weekend, Friday and Saturday, we had the Minnesota State University Moorhead, and then University of Minnesota Crookston. That's that Sunday. So that's a home game. So we got an away and a home on that one. And then we have Concordia St. Paul, Winona State, then Northern State, then University of Jamestown. That's at our place. And then Bemidji to end out the season on October 29th.
Which the home games are pretty spread out. They're Friday, Sunday. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It'll lead up a whole weekend, but
yeah, and Sarah and I were talking about this. I think we're gonna try to hit a decent amount of those Friday, Sunday games. I'm gonna have to look at obviously work schedule, but I mean, the games start at 6:00. I think they're almost 4 hours from us, so that means we'd have to leave here at 2. That's doable. I mean, it's, we'd be rolling in right about the time, but I mean, ideally you'd like to leave maybe 1. So I might have to take a half day, but it's totally worth it.
that was our discussion. If we can get out at noon, we're up there. It's 4:45 for us, so get us up there by 5. At least plenty of time,
Yeah, for sure.
I like to go talk to the coach. I like to get the feel of the game.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be exactly the same in college. No, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I think the team's going to be really good, as we've mentioned on the team or the pod prior. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I mean, it's all new opponents, and I'm looking at all these and I have no idea if any of these are good or bad. I've got to go do some research on them. But yeah, I mean, it should be kind of fun. I haven't been to Houghton in a long time, so it'd be good to go back up there.
Go down again. Oh, sorry. Down again. You see the clock?
Yeah.
120 days. 130 days till kickoff.
Yep. 130 days. Let's go, baby. And I was just looking at some of the history here. It looks like we have a losing record against Michigan Tech. So got to get started here. But we do have a 1-game win streak, so we got to extend that. So there you go.
I saw Tech play last year. We could dial him up. We'll get Coach Greg on the phone.
That's right. We'll let him know what's up. So yeah, I mean, it should be kind of fun. It does look like we play him. We played him a lot lately, basically almost every year except for COVID. Yeah.
Well, last year they went Houghton and then they went to Northern in a weekend. I was really hoping they would play both because I love Marquette. Made that very clear on this podcast.
It would have been nice to be able to just do the Houghton and then swing down, and yeah, I agree. So yeah, should be pretty fun.
Yeah, snow should be just about ready to go in Houghton. So
yeah, no kidding. Isn't that? Yeah, I mean, it's probably good we're doing that one in August because the weather might actually be above freezing. So
Right. But the schedule's favorable. I mean, for us coming from our area, that
Yeah.
they play away at a lot of East Minnesota games. I mean, Winona, St. Paul. I mean, those are 4.5 hours for. That's actually closer than St. Cloud isn't bad. I work there, so I've been through all these towns. They're a lot closer than actually Duluth.
Yeah, no, this one where we do Concordia and then Winona. I mean, Winona's only 3 hours from us. I mean, that's not bad. It's
No.
a pretty close game. So, yeah, I mean, the schedule lines up pretty well to be able to see a decent amount. I mean, maybe it'll end up being that they don't start and then we're just like, yeah, whatever. but if they're playing, it's going to be great. So
Yeah, after playing, we'll be going, right? And that's what I told Macy. The big thing is just to find a way on the field.
dang right. So yeah, it was fun to see it. I mean, you and I had been texting like, man, when are they going to drop the schedule? And then you sent it to me. I was like, that is awesome. So I was really pumped to kind of have an idea of what our fall is going to look like. And now Sarah has been she's already looking at places to stay and like trying to plan it all out. I'm like, I'm in the midst of a season right now. I'm having trouble focusing on 4 months in advance, but we do need to get figured out. So
yeah. No, I'll worry about that on August 26th.
yeah, that's typical guy. We are going to deal with
Overpaying.
that.
Yeah, it would be nice to find a fun like VRBO up there though that you could rent a couple times. That's instead of staying in hotels all the time.
Yeah, she actually asked me, she's like, should we take the pop-up camper up? And I'm like, we got to get a better vehicle to pull it if we're going to do that. So that might happen. And then I was like, well, honey, we could just, bring a blow-up mattress and sleep in the back of the van. It looked like she was going to kill me. So she didn't like that idea. I thought it was a great idea, but
I'm not even going to bring that up in my household. Nope.
Yeah. So I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a game where Sarah can't go and Jackie can't go, I'll just pick you up and we'll figure it out.
I actually mentioned that too. I'm like, that would be a lot of fun. Because I said something about going out to North Dakota, and she's like, I'm not doing that. She's like, you and Toby can go. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. That'd be fun.
Just me and you in the parking lot, getting out of bed in the morning, just everybody staring at us.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be a good trip. That'd be 8 hours each way.
Yeah, that's a long hike.
They
have a week in July. They have to be up.
Yeah. Do we know exactly when that is?
I think Macy does. Yeah.
Oh, she did tell me about it tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. They live at the soccer. I think it's fantastic. They live at the soccer house and they go to like this. They're on the soccer girls softball team game, like against football. And and then they do the pacer tests and now they train. So.
Got to be ready.
But I was going to talk to you. We could talk about that because I was wondering if you're going up one week and I'll go up the following or something instead of going back and forth.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can chat about that. I know Amelia asked me about some of the dates because I think one of them we're supposed to be up there, aren't we? Like parents or something.
I should probably ask.
I thought we were supposed to because she was like, "Oh, you need to be there." So, anyways, because it was like registration too or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
who knows?
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Good old Duluth.
Good old Duluth, man. Fired up. But you got to get through high school first.
That's right. So anything else you want to chat about on this, or are we moving on to the next topic?
Yeah.
So I suppose we could, it is almost 9:00, but if you have not, and I think you said you've seen it, the Landon Donovan has been making some headway. Just let's end on the club note because we've talked so much about club sports. If you have not seen this, Landon Donovan is fired up about club sports, especially club soccer, and how bad he thinks it is. And the biggest takeaway on his is that he basically feels like it's pay to play, and that the club does not do a good job of developing players, and that basically what ends up happening is they just try to win and they don't care if you actually develop, and it's killing professional soccer. And just based on our little bit of club, what's your take on that? Do you think he's off base on just those bullet points?
I don't, because especially at the national level where you're looking for the best players, I think you're leaving out 70% of the country when you get the high level club, probably even more. We've even seen it, the amount of travel we've done and the amount of resources we put into our kids. We're at the third tier.
Yeah.
Now it was better when they started, but then everything passed us by and it went to the bigger cities. Paul moved his daughter down to GA. So there's GA and ECNL, and those two still carry the torch to get seen by better colleges. So you're leaving everybody else behind. And I get it. I mean, there's hierarchy in this country, and there's always will be. But from a national level, I think he's spot on. I think you're not developing kids in the right way. I mean, you go down when we played in the youth, I mean, you had a dad coach or a low-level club coach, and it was winning at all costs. And as a parent, that's what I wanted to do also. I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Well, right. Nobody loves to lose.
No, but I'll give, I mean, our early coaches were fantastic for Macy, and they helped develop her. And I think you hear horror stories and then they quit.
Yeah.
And that goes into the varsity or bust mentality, right? Because it grows if you make a club team, well, then you should automatically make your varsity team, and that's not the case either.
Right.
And then what happens when you don't make the top team?
They quit.
Yep. And you go to another sport, and there's so many sports available now. I mean, you look at girls hockey now, and the biggest one that's coming out of the room is flag football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was talking to somebody the other night on how colleges are really pushing that. So if you're a good flag football player, that's now the next opportunity.
Yeah. And to your point, I mean, one of the things Landon Donovan talks about specifically was, in Europe, if you have like your U10s or U9s or maybe even U11s, usually what they'll do is they'll take their best coach and they'll put them at that level. Like they'll put them at the youth level. Whereas here we'll take our best coach and we'll put them at the higher levels. And to his point, he's like the player development really suffers because we often take the worst coaches and put them at the youth level, which is when they need the instruction the most. And I just go back to, I'm not throwing shade at Wisconsin United, but I still think one of the biggest mistakes that they ever made was they took Shant out. To me, if Shant would have stayed, and that's just my personal opinion, the team, and it's nothing against Dusty or against anybody else, I just think that Shant was really what that team needed at that time. And there was this mentality of like, well, he's been the coach for a few years, we need to get a new coach in. Well, why? If that coach is really good at developing, why wouldn't you keep that coach in? And to me, that's what they need to start thinking about. Until these players are developed, you put your best coaches at the lower levels, you put your other coaches maybe that are still gaining experience and have a lot of high potential, which I think Dusty and Drew do. But to me, they can't match his experience. His experience is just it is what it is, right? And it's nothing against them. They're good coaches. They do a great job. But to me, that Shant should have stayed the coach of that team. And I'll never know what would have been different, but he really was instrumental. I just see it in what he did for Amelia in those 2 years that he had her. And I just think about, man, if he'd had her for 4 or 3 more years, the gains that she would have made, I think that would have been really impactful. But I mean, I do think there's an issue. And again, that's nothing against, I think Drew and Dusty are awesome guys. I think they're good coaches. Nothing against them at all. There's just a difference between the personalities. And I think he would have been really good for young players and developing players, which I thought Emilio is and still was at that point. So.
Yeah, there was a GB coach 3 coaches ago that actually coached in our club. He coached Paul's daughter's team. And I remember I had conversations with him and Paul one night, and he was saying when he was in the Dakotas, he always coached, I think, U11 and U12 or U11.
Mm-hmm.
and he always stayed with that group, and he developed them, and that helped their growth.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Landon Donovan, I think he's correct. I think these young kids, if you have a great coach, I think it catapults them beyond. But if you don't, I think it hurts, and it really hurts.
Yeah. And now that I've already just said what I said, I'm realizing that I contradicted myself because I'm saying he should have stayed with our team. But you get my point.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like early on, I think he was really good. And maybe that's why they wanted him to switch, was to be with the younger teams. Because in fact, I guess he did take some of the younger teams. So anyways, it does highlight the point that I think he's probably the best coach the club has. And he probably should be with some of the younger teams. And I guess my point is I wish you'd have had more time with Amelia. I guess that's kind of where I'm getting at. It's not so much that maybe they shouldn't have changed, but it's like, I wish you'd have had more time with Amelia because he was really good with her and she made the biggest strides underneath his tutelage. So that's probably, I guess, what I'm trying to say in a not very eloquent way.
No, and same with Macy. I mean, she had Sean for 4 years, I think, maybe and it was leaps and bounds. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's but it's not going to be fixed. I mean, our structure in our country doesn't allow it to be fixed. Europeans have the major clubs will pay for the younger, is what I'm told. So the fees at the youth level aren't nearly what they are here. I mean, it's $4 or $5 grand a year to play in some of the bigger markets, and that's on the low end sometimes. And that's just to get in the door. I mean, then I don't know where a local game is for ECNL, but they're every weekend, every other weekend, they're flying somewhere. So the costs add up. Now, their end goal might be bigger colleges, but I question the bigger colleges sometimes too, because you look at the portal and it's full.
Yep.
So you spent 8 years getting somewhere, getting the college that you were hoping for, and then you don't play. So you move.
Right. Yeah.
It's I just, I think there's more to it. And I think there's more to learning the aspect of life and structure and competitiveness and where it can help you get to instead of making it the end game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely, I understand the money side because you got to pay the bills. And I know that's, money dictates a lot of things. I just feel like there's got to be a way to get around that. I don't know. It just seems like there's got to be a better way.
Yeah. And I think the only way that changes is the college coach is changing.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They hogtied into, you have to be in these two categories. And if you're not in these categories, I mean, we're not going to, unless you spend money to go to their camps. But we've been to enough camps. It's like, hey, we'd love to have you come to camp. It's just, how about I send you $100 and we don't come, right? It's the same outcome.
It's the same outcome.
And every junior parent gets excited because they get the email and then they travel and then they go and then they get back and they're like, are we going to chat? And they're like, no.
Yeah. The biggest example of that, I still am amazed by this, but we got a personal recommendation to talk to a coach. I don't care if they hear it, whatever. Grand Valley State, right? Personal recommendation from a coach. And we drive and we talk to them on the phone. They're like, oh yeah, we saw Amelia's film. We're interested in her. Why don't you guys drive over for our camp? And I'm thinking, okay, we'd already been burned by this by Marquette, right? Where they basically were like, hey, come to our camp. We're really interested in you. And literally spent no time with Amelia at all. And we're like, okay, we got to be careful about the camps. Don't do the camps unless they actually show interest. Well, we talked to the people at Grand Valley State and they're like, oh yeah, we're interested in Amelia. Come on over. Drive literally to Grand Valley State, which is Grand Rapids, Michigan. I mean, what is that? 7-8 hour each way for a weekend. Drive all the way over there. We're like, hey, they're interested. Get there. Did not pay her one iota of attention. And then she just was there and left and walked out. And I'm like, what is wrong with this recruiting game? Like that you would do this to players. Like at least just be honest. I don't care if you say that we're not interested. That's fine. But the way that they do it now is it's just like they blow smoke up your butt to try to get you to there. So you spend money on them and then they just cast you aside and they're like, hey, we got our $150. Good luck. It's like, what a joke. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, especially to that extent, right? Like,
yeah. I don't know. I would rather they'd be like, hey, we're not interested. Cool. Great. We'll move on.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm not, it is what it is.
The list. Don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that was the kind of the beaming light about Duluth. You know, there were a couple other schools very interested in Macy, and she had narrowed it down to 2, but they were very interested, and they contacted her when we went up there. I'll still talk about. I mean, the recruit trip at Duluth was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
I've never had anybody pay for a room, right? They gave you a hotel room. They took you to dinner. I'm like, this is okay. You know, it made you feel feel good about what your kid has accomplished. And then my daughter felt great. And then you sit in the office and they talk to you about an offer and you're like, this is for real.
Right. Yeah, no, and I think that's probably, you know, we got Greg on. I'm sure that's what Emily felt too. It actually felt good to be wanted and they didn't jerk you around. And so to me, I think that's, I don't know, we've transitioned from the youth thing to the recruiting side, but I've said to Sarah many times, I think I could be a college recruiter right now. I really do. It doesn't seem that hard to me. I know you're on the road a decent amount, but it just seems like if you gave any interest to players and you actually were genuine with them, that you'd probably be able to recruit almost anybody.
Right. I mean, you look at girls through ECNL, the amount of them are playing D2, D3.
Yeah.
And was that the end game, or did they just feel wanted?
Yeah. I think part of it is they probably felt wanted, but I'll tell you what, if we'd have done the ECNL thing, you and I done the ECNL thing where we spent $4,000 a year on fees and then all the travel that probably equates out to 15 to 20 a year, and we got a D3 out of it, I'd be very disappointed.
Right. Because at that point too, and it goes back to Donovan's thing, there's nobody telling you that you're not good enough.
Right.
You know, I think there's honesty at levels, but I think there needs to be more of it. Like, hey, you're a D3 player.
Totally agree. Yeah.
And then you can gauge your accordingly, because I think people are led on that their kids are great. And then at the end of the day, colleges don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a good way to look at it. So anyways, I just thought it was if you got a chance, pull it up. It's a interesting topic. It's youth sports in general are broken, but I think soccer specifically is really broken. And it would be nice to see some things change. Greg just put Rippon's always open. Yes, we brought up Rippon is always open. So if you're instead of when in doubt, go to Stout, it's just go to Rippon. You're good.
So I don't know who told me, if Paul told me this, but they got I think a boys soccer player and to transfer, and they gave him like a PS5. I just heard that. NIL, it's legit.
What? Okay.
So I'm not saying I'm gonna be asking after this year for some kickback, but actually I will not. There's no way in hell I'd ever do that.
And actually, I apologize. I didn't see the comments until just now. Paul, I might take you up on that offer for Amelia if she gets close to 100, because we do have some things planned if that happens. So I will reach out. That would be really cool, actually, because we're hoping that would be a neat moment. So
yeah, well, maybe if it's an off night, I'll go with them. We could broadcast the game.
Yeah, there you go.
I could try my new app.
That'd be sweet. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. That's kind of all I had for tonight. You have anything else you'd like to wrap up before we hit the hay?
No, I appreciate Paul saying he'll do some scouting for us for UMD. So when we do get Greg on, we're going to sound like heroes.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we've said before, Paul is the best. I mean, you should go see Velocity Machining for sure, because it's an amazing company. Paul's the best.
He hasn't sent us any money. We can't be just announcing his company.
He helps us out all the time.
Yes, he does. His daughter plays at Notre Dame, so we're rooting for her next year.
For sure. And she got best 11 first week of the season, opened up with 4 goals in her first game. I mean, she's on a tear already. So she's having a great season. Serena Damsky for Notre Dame.
They played some questionable teams, but we're not going to worry about that. You can't control your schedule.
That's right. You just gotta put them in the back of the net. That's all you gotta do. So
Yeah.
And she is doing it
For now.
Do they play Bayport, by the way?
Oh, they're in our conference.
Oh, okay.
Last conference game of the year.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah. Paul said they're probably going to already have conference wrapped up, so we're not going to worry about that.
Wow.
I took that as like building a fire. I mean, he is starting to burn some things down. I like it. I'm just kidding. He would never say that. But and then Joe's watching. I don't know if he still is, but Appleton North is on a tear. They're actually,
dude,
they got a really good team down there.
They do, and they have looked excellent, beating some really good teams and playing really, really well. And they have some really good players. And I'm sure you saw it, but that bomb from Claire, 70 yards. She scored from 70 out, and that thing was unbelievable. I mean, if you think 70 yards, you're thinking, okay, this thing's going to bounce. It bounced once. She kicked it it went 65 yards in the air, landed, bounced over the goalie, and right in.
That was impressive.
It was like, holy shnikes.
Claire's having a season.
She is,
but
playing amazing.
They've got if you look at our club team girls are all really, really playing well throughout.
Yep.
Everything from Aubrey and Claire on that team, and Chuck at Notre Dame. So it's fun to watch. It's fun to see the final rodeo here. We'll get to see Olivia with Preble.
Yeah, she's having another great year. She was an all-state snub last year, which was terrible. She should have been all-state for sure. She was a really good player. And then Ava down in Oshkosh West, and both Avas. West and what's the other
West
one? Oshkosh North?
North,
yeah.
Yeah, so Oshkosh West comes up here in 2 weeks. We get to see Mr. Palmer.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's exciting to do. That's the one aspect I really love. And I've told Paul this and everybody at high school is you don't want to lose to anybody, but it's fun to get a picture and just say hi.
Yeah, for sure. That is that's the positive side, regardless of the outcome. So,
yeah,
cool.
So excellent. Well, let's we got to continue this, and we'll get some guests going again and have some fun with it.
All right. Sounds good, man. Well, you have yourself a good night. Good luck on Tuesday. If we don't see you, we'll try to figure out the next date here. And then you have this weekend. So safe travels. Good luck to Bayport.
You too.
Go win them all. Thank you.
Get a couple W's over and get Amelia some goals. Whatever we got to do.
Heck yeah. We got to get closer. It's going to be pretty cool. I mean, like I said, we've got some stuff planned in case she gets close. We're really hoping we have it at a home game. That'd be really cool. So we can pause the game and do something cool. So. Yeah.
Keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt on.
No promises. No, it'll be on.
All right. We'll talk.
All right. Sounds good, man. You guys have a good night, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you much.